Hi, I'm Andy Spletzer, and I program the alternate cinema section of the film festival. But what does that mean, alternate cinema? It's a good question because we kind of made up the genre for the festival itself. That said, for me, alternate cinema is more of the experimental films, more of the avant-garde, more of the playful films, more of the meta films. And you'll see that when you see the suggestions I'm about to give you. First up is Breathless from 1959. Jean-Luc Godard! It's the movie that kicked off the French New Wave, and it's kind of a gateway film for those of us who fall into what we're calling alternate cinema. Godard was one of the first filmmakers to use jump cuts in commercial cinema. Jump cuts are where the camera stays in a fixed position and the image within the frame is edited so it seems like they jump around in the frame. Now you see it on YouTube all the time. It's a very popular way, but back then you never used to see it in popular culture, in films, or on television. Take a look.
Hélas, hélas, hélas. J'aime une fille qui a une très jolie nuque, de très jolis seins, une très jolie voix, de très jolis poignets, un très joli front, de très jolis genoux. Mais qui est lâche.
C'est là, stop.
Attends, je vais me garer, quoi.
Non, c'est inutile.
Bon, fous le camp.
The filmmakers of the French New Wave didn't work off of a written manifesto of any sort, unlike the Dogma 95 filmmakers from 1995, but they were tied in with the politics of the time. And so in 1968, when the student protests erupted and became riots when the police tried to crack down on them, they decided to support the revolution by going down to the Cannes Film Festival and shutting the whole thing down. The protests of the time were inspired in part by the Communist Manifesto, which brings me to my next recommended film. Originally a multi-screen art installation, Manifesto was reimagined as a feature-length film and stars Cate Blanchett in a dozen different roles, each one inspired by a different art manifesto. She portrays a homeless man talking about situationalism. She's a newscaster reporting on minimalism. She's a school teacher instructing children on Dogma 95. It's good. And it played the festival in 2017.
All that is solid melts into air. To put out a manifesto, you must want ABC to fulminate against 1, 2, 3.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All current art is fake.
To the electric chair with shirts on. Nothing is original, okay? So you can steal from anywhere that resonates with inspiration and fuels your imagination, okay? Okay.
Cate Blanchett is great, as always, in an acting tour de force, so I highly recommend Manifesto. But speaking of acting exercises, that brings me to the next film. William Greaves is the actor turned filmmaker behind the film Taxiplasm. Take one. Now, don't let the title scare you off. It's not nearly as academic as the title makes it seem. In fact, it's more like a 1968 version of Tom DiCillo's Living in Oblivion. It's It's more of a behind the scenes of the making of an indie film, but it's a documentary. It's wild, but here, take a look and see for yourself.
But anyway, Terry, your job is that you're the person that is in charge of filming this film being filmed. Right. Okay? Hey, where's the switch in this goddamn thing? If sometimes you see us in trouble, then you come and help us out. You know what I mean? But otherwise, like if you see cars going by, you can integrate that into the general action if you want to. Or you see an old lady walking the dog. Here's an old lady.
Well, I don't understand.
Right,
what did you say about who's supposed to be in charge of the actors? I mean, filming the actors?
You and I are going to be filming the actors. I mean, the two of us.
Don't come into my shot.
Are going to be filming the actors continuously.
This is 13.
Did you slate it?
Yes.
Okay, action! All right, clear out of the way here. Clear out of the way. Nikki, you come back this way. Behind me. Yeah.
Alice. Wait. Alice. Here now. Wait. No. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Come on, please. Look, will you please tell me what's bugging you?
Just how stupid do you think I am?
Look, Alice, what are you talking about?
Stop here.
I don't know about you, but I'm a sucker for a split screen. Now, if this were all the movie was about, it'd be great. If it was, the making of a film and the making of the film. But at one point during the production, the crew sneaks away without permission of the director, and they film themselves talking smack about the director and the project and how it, not sure if it's going the way it's supposed to be going, or what is it, and what are they trying to do anyway. It's fascinating. It's awesome. Then William Greaves, the director, he incorporates their footage into the final film. It's fantastic. Now, Taxiplasm would be considered an experimental film because it is definitely experimenting. That kind of brings me to another great alternate cinema film happens to be from another African-American director. This one is Chameleon Street. No, it's Chameleon Street. The movie's based on the true story of William Douglas Street, a con man who would impersonate reporters, students, lawyers, even a surgeon. And it was made 15 years before Steven Spielberg did a similar story with Catch Me If You Can. In 1990, it won the Grand Jury Award at the Sundance Film Festival, which is the year after Steven Soderbergh put the festival on the map with Sex, Lies, and Videotape. Here, take a look.
William Douglas Street, Jr. Born in a log cabin in the backwoods of Kentucky, young Douglas soon elevated himself from field hand to tiger, from tiger to reporter, and from reporter to doctor, from doctor to co-ed, from co-ed to attorney, from attorney to congressman, from congressman to president. I could play president.
I know not what I am. I am Chameleon Street.
Autumn 1978. Mary Hartman is out. Mork and Mindy are in. Platform shoes and 8-track audio tapes are out. Weddings and Walkmans are in. As for my wedding, I got the whole thing on video. You can see it later.
I need some money.
Man, there's lots of ways to make money. You need to start taking advantage of your opportunities.
I don't know if any of you sitting out there have ever cut a human being open before with 2 interns, 3 nurses, and the resident physician looking over your shoulder, but you can take my word for it. It's an unforgettable experience.
I need more toys!
Here you go. New toy, Black Barbie.
It amazes me that whites avidly seek after all the accoutrements of black style.
You broil your pale flesh brown in the tanning spas at great expense, and all the while maintaining such a marvelous contempt for black people. You wily Caucasians. I don't know you, and I know you don't know me. So let's agree to disagree if you want. But as far as I'm concerned, most people have maybe 2 or 3 great moments in their entire lives. So get it right. If the moment calls, give me the phone. If the moment drops by tonight, show them in. Make them comfortable. Set them up in the easy chair, give them a cup of coffee, because I am definitely into the moment.
I know not what I am. I am Chameleon Street.
Like I said, Chameleon Street was the toast of Sundance in 1990 when Sundance was first blowing up. It also happened to be 1990 when the New Black Wave, or the Black New Wave, was also blowing up. So you had filmmakers like Spike Lee, Charles Burnett, and others like Julie Dash and John Singleton, Reginald Hudlin. You had movies like Boys in the Hood, Straight Outta Brooklyn, One False Move. Things were happening for especially for black filmmakers at the time, and yet you'd think Chameleon Street would be able to ride that wave, and it couldn't. I think distributors were worried that it might alienate the crossover or white audiences, which is too bad. It's also probably why it's hard to find the film now, but it's definitely a cult hit, definitely recommended. Now, another film that I want to recommend, the last one of this batch, is a film that played last year's film festival. It's about silent protests and America and culture and racism, and it runs the gamut, and it's really good. It's a collage of YouTube clips and sports and Marshawn Lynch. It's called Lynch, A History. Also called Marshawn Lynch, A History, but when we played it at last year's festival, it's called Lynch, A History.
Marshawn, can you tell us a little bit about the team approach to this game?
I'm thankful.
When's your next charity event?
I'm thankful.
Sean, talk about the celebration dance at the Cam Chancellor's touchdown. What was the song of the day on the way to the game, Marshawn?
I'm thankful.
So those are my streaming picks for the genre we like to call alternate cinema. Thanks for watching. My name is Andy Spletzer. I'm a programmer, and thanks for supporting SIFF.